I must have missed the memo here. Since when was it an offence at school to celebrate British culture? Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why a schoolgirl was punished for celebrating British culture and how this has immensely backfired on that school big time as a result. Now, before I jump into it, of course, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and as a disclaimer, I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it first and foremost with what the freaking deuce happened in the first place? Well, Tommy Robinson shared this post on X from the schoolgirl's father, and this is what they had to say. So the schoolgirl's father, his name is Stuart Field, and he says, on my way to collect my daughter from school, she's currently being made to sit at reception waiting for me. The reason? It's Cultural Diversity Day at school, where children can wear clothing representing their culture and write a speech about their heritage. She's been told it's not for her as she gets to celebrate being British every day. What the frick is this nonsense? And excuse me, but we don't get to celebrate British culture every single day. Whenever we do celebrate British culture, we're faced with this nonsense. We're racist. We're far right. It's inappropriate to celebrate British culture. No, it's not. Not when we're celebrating British culture in our own freaking damned country in the freaking first place. Anywho, I digress. And so the father turns around and says, and I agree with every sentiment here, disgusting, woke, lefty teachers have removed a white British 12-year-old girl for being proud of her country. This 12-year-old girl, without saying a single word, without being allowed to make a beautiful, inclusive speech, has highlighted the very problem with the left woke in this country. And now here's a speech. Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about my culture, British culture, and why it's important to me. In Britain, we have lots of traditions, including drinking tea, our love for talking about the weather, and we have the royal family. We have amazing history, like kings and queens and castles and writers like Shakespeare. It's also modern, diverse, and always changing, with music, fashion, and food from all around the world, blending into daily life. And let's not forget fish and chips. It's also the way we speak, our humour, our values of fairness and politeness, and the mix of old traditions and new ideas. But sometimes at school, we only hear about other cultures, which is great because learning about different cultures is interesting and important. But it can feel like being British doesn't count as a culture just because it's the majority. I think culture should be for everyone, not just for people from other countries or backgrounds. Being British is still a culture, and it matters too. It's a part of who I am. So let's celebrate all cultures, whether they come from far away or right here at home. Thank you. Firstly, what a highly intelligent little girl this lass is. Extremely articulate, extremely clever and to the point. And I don't see a problem with her speech here, do you? If anything, she's also acknowledging other cultures as well, saying it's great. The other cultures are great. But let's not forget ours as well. Ours is great too. We're all a big, massive melting pot. British culture, yay. There's nothing wrong with her saying this. But no, the lefty woke school teachers had a freaking brain transplant. I don't know. They went absolutely nuts and insane and sent her home because she wanted to celebrate British culture in her own in her own country. Sorry, I'm kind of tripping up my words here because I can't believe that this scenario actually freaking happened. What the hell? Now, this has all massively backfired on the school. that punish this lass. Because here we have Sella Braverman saying the following on X. This is terrible. A shameful indictment of the free speech crisis and the capture of our schools by a leftist DEI agenda that hates Britain. I would be pleased to take Courtney and Stuart on a trip around Parliament. If someone can help me, contact them. And Courtney, you must wear that amazing dress. Because the dress that she wore was very reminiscent of Jerry Halliwell back in the Spice Girls days at the Brit Awards, that infamous Union Jack dress that she wore in the 90s. Well, this last Courtney wore something similar, more age appropriate, of course, but it was sparkly. It was so awesome. So, yeah, I hope they do take up Sella Braverman's invitation and go to Parliament and get absolutely decked out in the Union Jack. That would be freaking amazing. But not only that, there is now a GoFundMe to actually treat Courtney to something nice after being horribly treated by her school. Now, this was from the Voice of Wales, VO Wales official. Tommy Robinson has also shared this GoFundMe out, and they're saying if you want to help make a little girl very happy, please follow this link. Courtney was excluded from a school for wearing a Union flag dress to a school's culture day. We want to raise £500 for her to treat herself to a nice new outfit, pamper day, etc., ready for London on the 13th, where she'll read her speech to hundreds of thousands of people in the day and millions online, etc. And here is the GoFundMe right here. I'll make sure that the link to this GoFundMe is in the description bar below if you want to contribute. It's entirely up to you guys. They're already pretty much halfway to the target of £500. Let's do it for Courtney. Let's do it for this lass. She definitely deserves it after how the school has treated her so appallingly. All for quite simply just wanting to celebrate British culture and being proud to be British in the most peaceful way possible. It's insane. And now, guys, yes, she is set to go on to her biggest stage of all to celebrate British culture, thanks to Tommy Robinson. Here on X, he says the following. They stopped this brave little girl giving her speech to a classroom of 30 pupils. Millions will now watch as she delivers a speech on stage on September the 13th in London. I can already see the reception she'll receive. Our British pride we will not hide. And so this has massively backfired on that school, because instead of only a group of 30 children and a handful of teachers, instead of only them now hearing a speech, there's going to be tens of thousands on the street at the free speech rally in September that will hear a speech live, and millions more online that will watch her live as she says her speech and celebrates British culture. If the school thought that by sending her home for the rest of the day was going to silence her and silence her pride in Britain and make her ashamed about being proud to be British and proud of the British culture, this has backfired on them immensely. And for those that don't know what stage Tommy Robinson is talking about here, it's only the Free Speech Festival that's happening on the 13th of September in London. Now, I will be there reporting on the ground for Political Nerd, so I hope to see many of you out there. If you see me out and about, come and say hi. And if you don't want to miss my live coverage of this event in September or any of my other reports, then please make sure you are subscribed to join our Alter Nerd tribe here at Political Nerds. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And if you're watching on X, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want more reports from Political Nerds, then please make sure you're following me at Steph Alter Nerd. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.